Hey everybody, it's late here, but that's what time it usually seems to be when we have a chicken problem. So this is one of my hens here. And you can tell she's not feeling so hot. So my husband told me that she was hanging out in the nesting box, which is where the chickens normally go when they're not feeling good. They go and they hang out there, and so I figured if she was still there in a few hours that I'd go check her out, see if everything's okay. I noticed a few days ago some strange breathing patterns among a few of the birds. I didn't notice that she had it, but I noticed that my barred rock has it. So in case they have the same thing, I went online and I did a little bit of homework just to remind myself, because it's been a little while since the birds have been sick. For her, the only thing I'm noticing right now is she's extremely tired. If I leave her alone, she'll start to put her head down, and she lets me pick her up, which is a big indicator something's wrong, because most of the birds, they don't let me pick them up. They try to get away. So this one, she never got a name, but I can tell that the other girls have gone after her. She's got little spots on her comb. You can tell they were pecking at her, so that could be potential trouble trying to get her back into the coop if she makes it through this. So what I have noticed is that she's extremely thin. I have felt under here, under her bird behind, to see if it's full, balloon-like, water balloon-like, just anything unusual. And I'm not feeling anything unusual, but when I put my hand back there, I notice, just under her body, not in her butt, for crying out loud, that she's very thin. If I go to the front of her, I can feel her breastbone, and it is very thin there too. So that tells me that she hasn't been getting what she needs for a little while now. And that's not to say that you don't check on your birds and make sure that they're okay, but sometimes they just don't have obvious symptoms right away. They can walk around pecking, being happy, but you just don't notice right away. Or they seem fine until suddenly they're not. So she's thin, she's very thin, and then I feel right about here for her crop, and it feels very soft, very empty, so I know she hasn't been eating. But I don't smell anything. That's another thing. So you can go up to her nose and you can smell her breath. I don't smell anything, but based on her having a soft crop and being very tired, and then the strange breathing, kind of wheezing almost in the coop, I'm going to go ahead and say that, I'm not a veterinarian. I'll remind you that I'm not a veterinarian, but I've had to work with the chickens a bit here. So after seeing what some other people said online, it's most likely she has some kind of bacteria. Looks like her feathers on her neck, they probably stopped coming in all the way because she's sick. That's strange. Maybe you can see this. So let's see if I can make it clear. Maybe not. Can you see the little white specks? Those would be the tips of the feathers as they grow back in. She just got done molting not too long ago. Yeah. So anyway, I think she's got some kind of bacteria. I don't know if it's too late to help her. Normally I would try to empty her crop, but I think she's in a pretty bad state right now. So I'm not going to do that. Sometimes that can be traumatizing for them. If it was a lot more full, she was acting more normal, and I think that would be it. If she was acting more normal and her crop felt more full, I would try to help her empty it, and especially if she had, smelly. But anyway, so what I'm going to do is, for the birds out in the coop, I have this, and I believe I got this at either Tractor Supply. I guess that's probably backwards for you guys. This is Duromycin 10. It's a tetracycline hydrochloride powder. It's an antibiotic. So for this one, I will be putting it into the chickens' drinking water. So just in case any of the ones out there, they still look like they're in good shape. In case any of them have the same thing, they'll be able to start getting their antibiotic right away while they're drinking. But for this girl here, I have tetracycline, oxytetracycline in liquid form. Now, I believe I also got this at IFA because we didn't have Tractor Supply at the time. You go to whatever you have. They all have different things. Sometimes they offer antibiotics, sometimes they don't. This will say that it's for cattle, calves, and swine. But I checked online because, you know, I'm limited in what I have unless I go to the vet, which isn't always an option. Anyway, a quarter. So I've measured it out here, and I have a clean needle. I've used alcohol to clean off my supplies. I've measured out 0.25 of this milliliters. And what I'm gonna do, the last bird I had to give antibiotics to, she was so incredibly thin because she had, and I'm pretty sure I say it wrong, ascites, you know, heart failure. And she wasn't eating or drinking either. So I ended up having to go. I had to part her feathers on her back and find a spot to give her the injection on her back. But on this one, I mean, if I have to, I will. But I still feel some meat under her on her breast. Not a ton, but enough that when I get a second set of hands here, I'm going to try to help give her the injection on her breast. And I will show you guys how to do that when my second set of hands get here. So, and we'll see if she makes it through the night. It might be too late for her. It's kind of disheartening to see them kind of start to droop their heads and close their eyes. And then I need to decide if I put her somewhere in the house tonight away from animals and whatnot so she can heal, or if I try to put her back in the coop, which I'm thinking is probably not a good idea because she's too weak to protect herself from the other birds right now. So I will be back with you guys in a bit. Okay, my second set of hands are here. I've got my quarter milliliter ready to go. It's still clean. We've got the bird. What we're gonna do is I'm gonna go for her breast, the meaty part, and I'm gonna go at an angle along with her body. I'm not going straight in perpendicular. That'll stab her. We don't want to do that. So we're trying to get under the skin, into the meat a bit if possible. And hopefully we'll see improvement pretty quickly. So I'll show you how we're going to go ahead and do that. Maybe if you put her on her side. I'll come around you. You can kind of watch. I know it's hard to see a bit, but you can at least kind of get an idea. So I've got, hey birdie, here, hold on a second, let me see her. And if you can hold her, thank you, bird. She pooped on me and then tried to fall. Okay, so if you can hold her wings and her feet kind of together, it lifts her up a bit. And that should make it so that I can reach. Yeah, I think that's right. Right there.
Just don't get me.
I'm not going to get you. So you part the feathers enough you can see the skin. Make sure you're feeling some breast meat there. Muscle. And then it's straight in. And slowly, don't hammer down on the needle. Now they might not like that. It could be traumatizing. It does burn a little bit. You can let her go. Because it is going into their muscle after all. And it is a pretty strong antibiotic, it seems. So we've got that in her on the side. And we'll just see how the night goes. I'm going to put her probably in a dog kennel with a warm light. And just give her a chance to be on her own. And I'll, of course, make sure to put in some water with a little bit more antibiotic in it. And she can go after that, hopefully on her own. That would be a very good sign. And food, if she ate food, that would be great. But right now, probably a Yogurt would be really good for them. She needs to have all the probiotics and antibiotics. You know, that would help her out. So I will update you guys later. Hi guys, I've got your first update on our chicken friend here. She made it through the night. It's now the next night. I've named her Lazarus because she probably should have died this morning. She really looked like she was going. She had her feet coming out under her like she was just shutting down. And so I expected that she was going to go when we came home. And then she was looking much more chipper. She's talking. She looks really alert. You can see the difference between last night and tonight. So we're just going to keep going. We'll give her another shot. And now we're offering her food and water. And I'm cleaning out the water, putting antibiotic in it, of course. And we'll do this for a couple days till she looks really strong. And then I'll try to get her back out in the coop. So we'll see how that goes. This one again. Don't run away, birdie. She's looking much better, huh? I think she's looking way better. Push out the air bubbles. Let's see how this is doing. It's not as full as it was before. Does she look like she's drinking water?
Yeah, a lot of.
Okay. Let's see. I don't want to get necessarily the same spot as before. Exact same. I think this is a good spot. Hold on, girl. Gotta keep your feathers out of the way. Okay, you got her?
Mm-hmm.
She's a little more feisty. She's like, I know what you're planning. Get away from me with that. You okay there? All right. Okay, she's good. Do I need to clean anything up?
We just need to.
I figure I'll be doing a lot of editing.
Does it hurt her when it goes in? Like hurt?
A little bit.
Only a little bit. Okay, so we're gonna try to put her out in the coop today. She's seeming pretty healthy. Here, watch your hand for a
Are
second.
you taking a video?
Yes.
But are you doing it
She
for?
seems pretty good. Hey, she's even pecking at me. That's a good sign. All right. So I've got my needle ready. So we're gonna do this. We're gonna keep giving her a shot for about 10 days. Let's find her breastbone. She says, "Get off of me." Here, come more this way. Thank you. Where is her? You gotta move your fingers.
Really?
Thank you. All right, there we go. All right, Miss Chicken. There's as good a spot as any, right? She's probably gonna be feisty again.
Yep.
She's already being feisty. Okay, have you got her good this
Yep.
time? All right. Let's see how she does with the girls in the coop. Okay, go ahead. Let's call them out, I guess. Here, tick, 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 tick. Maybe come over on this side. Here, tick, 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 tick.
I was thinking put her in the coop in the run.
Well, I'm wondering, they might not let her in though. So we need to see how they'll react. Put her over there for a second and we'll see how they respond to her. Yeah, we need to leave that open for a minute and just kind of be like, hey ladies. Y'all gonna be okay to each other? She's been gone a couple days. Maybe we should put some fresh stuff in there.
No, this is...
The antibiotic though. And it's gonna fall over if you're not careful. Any more eggs for us? Well, we might be okay with each other. She's pecking. All right, good luck, ladies. Uh-oh. Let's see. Hopefully it's warm enough for her after the garage. She put herself right in there. We're looking at each other and not trying anything yet. Might take a few minutes.
Your friend's back.
I just hate to come out here and see something like that last time. Because that white one looks like she could be mean. Well, maybe we'll be okay. Okay, we'll check on you in an hour, girls. Hey everybody, this is the, hopefully the last update that we need for Miss Lazarus, the chicken. She has made a full comeback and the other girls accepted her without question, which is great because I've come out here to worse situations. So here they are. Happy to go after their food. It is a fantastic 13 degrees out here. It was negatives overnight. So anyway, what I've been doing, like I said, was making sure that there is antibiotic in the water. And it's good to come out when it's this cold to make sure the water hasn't frozen. I don't have a water heater figured out yet. But everything's good. So I'm thinking what happened was she did lay an egg while she was in the cage that we had her in. But it was all cracked up, so I have a feeling it broke inside of her. And I'm not sure that an infection had set in yet, but she obviously wasn't doing well. So no matter what, getting the antibiotic into her was a really good move. She hadn't gotten water belly or anything, so there really was no indicator except for her passing that egg. So anyway, this is the end of what will be the first episode of Fur and Feathers, and thanks for putting up with me. If you have any questions, be sure to let me know. Bye.